Fucking... What the fuck?
I unplugged it. No time for that shit. We got stuff to do.
Oh, you're right.
Just got this in the mail.
What is that?
Feeding Frenzy.
Okay.
You ever hear about this movie?
Did you ever hear about cleaning up the store so we can go home?
Got shit to do. Check it out. So I've been looking for this movie for a while, and I finally saw
amazing.
some random idiot selling it on Amazon.
What is this cover? It looks like Drew Struzan, like a paint. Is that the name of the guy?
I care about you, and did I question? I care about you, and did I question? I care about...
Very reminiscent.
We are here to set you. We are here to set you. We are here to set you. We are here to set.
But yeah, I've been looking for this movie, at thrift shops, flea markets for a while. Never find it. I've never seen it online for less than $200.
Oh,
and when
rare.
I saw some rube selling it for $30, I snatched that sucker up.
This is the special edition. This is. The
I don't know that there was ever any other edition.
Any
I think
non-special
there's the special edition, and there's the I buy the digital format from their website.
The non-special streaming edition.
So like, it is not. This is not a rare movie. You can buy this movie for I think like $10 or $15.
Oh,
the
so,
digital
like,
version.
If you want to watch it,
if you want to watch it, it is certainly watchable.
Hold on though. So Redlettermedia presents.
Fuck movies.
Feeding Frenzy is a tongue-in-cheek homage to the rubber puppet monster movies of the 1980s, such as Critters, Ghoulies, and all the other films that ripped off Gremlins. Okay, so already the tone is starting off in like a nice little way. A mysterious old man named Mr. Blanket is keeping a deep, dark secret locked away in the basement of a small-town hardware store. Vicious, flesh-eating creatures with a mysterious past. Once these creatures escape, all hell breaks loose, and it's up to Jesse and an incompetent hardware store employee to stop them from turning the town into a feeding frenzy. All right, done.
So it sounds lovely. Just knowing what we know about the Redlettermedia guys, this is going to be great. Haven't seen it yet. Looking forward to it. I think prediction is that we will like this. It'll be a tone of humor that we like, but I feel like a random person watching this movie will not enjoy it as much.
Let's see. This is old, right? When is this from?
2010. 10, yeah.
2010. Oh, their names are all over it. This is wonderful. Jay Bauman, Mike Stocklasa, Rich Evans. Is this what started it all? Did they have things?
No, there was before this was Gorilla Interrupted.
Holy shit! Monkey Man's gonna fight Satan!
Oh.
And then they did those. I don't know if you ever seen. They had like some ones with like vegetables and fruits and stuff.
No.
Yeah, some very cool things. There's behind the scenes how they made these little like sets and cool shit.
Yeah, I was thinking about watching Space Cop, but I guess I've seen no Redlettermedia like things.
I too. Okay. I have purchased but not watched.
Okay, perfect.
Because generally, really a big fan of their channel.
Yeah, their content.
Throw them support. Buy the posters, the shirts, the DVDs, what have you. But this will be the first one that I watch.
For sure now to reveal it.
Yeah.
Like, yes.
But this one has been out of print and not been available on their website in DVD form. So have been keeping an eye out, and here we are.
I wonder if that's accidental or if they're like, don't watch this.
I wonder about if it's just a pressing thing. I wonder how if once Space Cop ones have run out, if they're going to keep pressing them. I don't know.
Sure.
When in the world of digital media, I don't know how necessitized it is to actually have things in physical copies.
What is the real demand for something? Yeah.
I think nowadays people are more into throwing shit away than hoarding stuff.
So every Redlettermedia actual physical disc is a limited edition.
I think so.
By definition.
I think so.
Okay, and we are now the proud owners. We're going to stock this year.
I think that's
awesome.
relatively true in most companies nowadays.
Well, yeah, especially at the
but no,
level.
I was very happy to get it.
Yeah.
Let's check it out. All right, so we just watched Feeding Frenzy.
Yes.
Real quick, your non-spoilers review, and then we'll get into the nitty-gritty, the breakdown, the actual thoughts and feelings.
I thought it was fun. I'm glad. So like on the box they say it's an homage and like hey it's tongue in cheek or something like that. So like yes. Mm-hmm. Production value is obviously low. You were right about like their humor because that's
exactly
that's what
their humor has not changed.
That's what went on to like define them and all that.
And
stuff,
that is the reason we like them. So
yes.
I felt like that was going to be a win.
There are some humorous gems. Overall, like filmmaking, like not the quality or the money or whatever. I thought I had some interesting stuff where I was like, oh, people that care about movies actually made this or whatever. That's probably Jay.
I thought in particular the things that stood out for me were the inside baseball kind of jokes on the horror genre and all the little they like everything that happens in every movie they like say as a joke and make reference to.
I was gonna say, like, if you quizzed me, I'd be like, there are references in this, but I guess there are some that I'm like, oh yeah, I guess that is a reference. So we'll get into that in like the spoilers territory or whatever.
No, definitely.
Awesome. Yeah, no, made by people I think that care about stuff, but that didn't have the budget. No budget apparently, right? It's fine, right? So going into it again, so that's like the other half of your prediction is like you'd have to be if you're not a fan of Red Letter Media, you'll be like, I am lost. Why am I here? What is this? This is dumb or something. So 100%.
I think in general, that's the big part of the Venn diagram is like, do you like Red Letter Media already? Like, if you like these people, you're going to this movie. Do you like low budget horror movies? Okay. This will be the favorite movie of your day.
Because non-spoiler, still time, right? Like, there's other familiar faces you've seen in their YouTube channel shows popping up. Where you're like, oh, that's why. That's okay, and it like makes like okay, like things make more sense now. Yes, if you want to support them and you want to watch this, it's fun. Go watch it to be like Red Letter Media, yay, and all that.
Yeah, 100%. Go pick this one up. This is a thumbs up, guys. Now stick with us if you've seen it, or if you don't care, we're going into spoilers.
If you need a place to rent content, you better listen. We're Cannibal Video and we eat the competition.
All right, guys, so here we are for spoilers on Feeding Frenzy. So again, if you haven't seen it, get out of here. If you don't care, keep going.
Yeah, we're serious. I think you should watch this if you're a fan of Red Letter Media.
Yes, 100%. That would be the caveat here to say is that if you're a fan of Red Letter Media, this is 100% a watch. Yeah. I enjoyed it. It did feel like a longer version of the skits they have between their things.
You're probably going to need this biohazard kit. It's very likely that the tomato paste has AIDS in it.
Sometimes you hear some content creator, someone maybe from a podcast or from a YouTube thing, oh, they made a movie, or oh, they were on a thing, or they used to have a thing. And then you watch it and you're like, oh, they were doing something totally different.
Hey, I'm gonna make some popcorn. Does anyone want any?
No, that had genuine humor. I liked it. It was good seeing it's almost, this kind of reminds me of like watching home movies or movies that like you made with your friends, because you've seen so many things with these people that to see something they've done, it's like all right, I like it on a whole different level than something else. I'm not grading it the same way I would grade something else, because it looks like, again, like oh, this is what your friend made in high school type of thing. Like, and not to besmirch them or say it's like a high school movie, but like that's akin to what I can relate it to in my life. But no, I enjoyed it. I thought there was genuine humor things. My favorite line is when Mike is in the hardware store and that girl's like asking for help.
Michelle?
Yeah.
Michelle Sanders? We dated for 3 years, and he's like,
oh, hey, I know you. Megan, right? Megan Sanders?
Yeah. We did date for 3 years.
How can I help you?
And he immediately changes his face, like, bitch, I know.
A classic, Mike.
Awesome. No, so let's talk about Mike in this.
Sure.
Mike is the co-worker of our main character.
Yeah, don't let the old man get you down. He used to fuck with me too.
Also the Russian husband.
He's also Russian husband covered in gauze.
I'm Invisible Man gauze.
It's like a thing eating my guts out.
I guess that's the thing, right?
I'm sure they just need an extra person. He's like, we can't be in this scene too. I'll just cover myself in gauze.
I'll just cover my face in gauze and be like, ugh, I can't do
that. Wife was really funny too.
I am making dinner, husband. You see, it's on the counter. It's fuck you sausage. You want a piece of it?
Quick segue off of Mike then. Russian wife, she was on one of the half in the bag.
You bitch! You lied! You're worse than a goblin!
All we wanted to do was just watch Troll 2 and Best Worst Movie.
Too bad! Now it's time for you to pay us money to perform humiliating sex acts!
So were a few people.
Yeah, a couple of people jump out at me.
So like the main character, Christine, the main female character, Christine, she was on a couple of half in the bags. And let me just end this topic. If you can find those early half in the bags on their YouTube channel, they're super awkward. She's very assertive, and her and Mike like butt heads, and it's like crazy.
But that's a completely subjective perspective, Mike. Like, you hate it. I get it.
I went back and binged their whole channel a few years back.
I actually assumed they had dated or something.
I think
based on the rapport they had.
I think they might have dated.
I'm sure there are people that are more astute than us and know the facts
people making charts and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Milwaukee beer bellies.
But so Russian wife lady was a cop in one of the half in the bags, I believe.
Oh yeah, okay.
It's part of the job. Love the job. Go, police!
Comes in, officer, whoever, right? Back when they were like really cycling through people.
Yeah.
And the woman who's like the junkie, who's like the main, like Christine's friend.
Jen, you look
I know, you can say it. I look awful. That's what my parents told me before they kicked me out.
Who's like, I was raped, and she's dropping heroin, he does all that stuff. She, I think, I haven't checked this, is the female lead of the Star Wars. Like, he kidnaps her, I need you to watch this movie, and she's like, mister, just let me go, please. He's like, I want a pizza roll, and he's doing all that stuff. Like, I think that's her.
I'm gonna put the movie on and you're gonna watch it. You understand me? Look at me! You're gonna watch it!
I haven't checked it, but I'll believe it.
I think it is. We know we can check.
Just to think, all these years, I could have been making reviews on YouTube instead of shooting up and turning tricks.
You see Jack, like
Yes.
super young, makeup's
Young
unrecognizable.
Jack Packard.
Pull him in the air, motherfucker.
Not editing.
Well, did you catch the song? I'm like, that sounds like Jack is singing this song.
Your love is cool. My love is lovely. Your love is cool. My love is lovely. And I love you.
And I stayed through the credits and I'm like, it is.
So they play it. What's the name of the song?
Oh God,
it's done. Right?
My love loves your love or something like that.
With like crazy auto tune and weird like stock, like you would buy a keyboard from a thrift shop which was broken and somehow get some sound out of it and hit like rock 2 and it would go boom, and that would be like the beat or whatever.
No, it was fantastic though.
Yeah, no,
like, it worked for the shot, and I liked it so much more when I was like, wait a minute.
It's not Jack, and that's the kind of flavor you want in here. You want that like it's friends, it's scuffed. It's like this is I was dating her, and then she let us use her apartment, and then we had a place there. And we did like that's the whole that's the vibe of the entire thing, right?
So the movie opens like
we'll do plot now. I like this
fantastically. So like you see Plinkett, he's in a hotel room. Yeah. He has a hooker show up.
Come in.
And you're like oh, all right. I'm like, Plinkett, all right, let's do this. And like he's like, oh, he's a little different than usual here. And I love, he's like, give me a sample.
Good. You just tossed it on the bed.
Not so fast. I want to make sure you're worth it. Give me a preview.
And like he holds up his cane.
I want to see how you do it.
And like you see like a little button on it. I'm picturing. I'm like, oh my God, it's a gun. He's gonna shoot this bitch in the mouth.
I didn't see anything coming.
And then like a knife. I'm like, okay. I'm like, I like it just as much.
He has her like fillet his cane.
Yeah, well, that's good, just like that, right? Eat it. Eat it with your mouth.
Which part of me was like, how did they get the actress to even do this?
She was a main character in one of their movies. The what is it called? The Recovered. I'm probably fucking the name.
One of the ones you said that was before.
Yeah, the one that like Slender Man may have ripped off.
Oh man! Wow. Okay, sweet.
Deep cut.
Deep. That's like a reference to Redlettermedia referencing a thing.
Yes.
That's perfect. No. So yeah, in my head, and maybe she's friends with them, but still, I picture them like washing the cane.
Yes, I mentally pictured that too. Like, this is brand new, got out of the plastic.
Yeah, pulling off plastic and then washing the cane like in front of her. It's never touched the ground, I swear. Just suck it. It's awful. I'm like, what is going on here? And it sets the tone pretty nicely.
No, beautifully.
It reminds real quick. It reminds me of True Lies when like
with the tape recorder slowly.
Let me do the talking. You may start by unzipping your dress.
Yeah, but somehow Mr. Plinkett is Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he's got the cane.
Dance for me. No.
No, do it like this. No, do that. Yeah, show me how you do it. It's so sick. It's amazing. Rich Evans, top of his game.
Oh, I love Rich Evans. And when he's in the hardware store and he's somehow wheelchairing his way while holding the dead hooker and just dragging her blood through the aisle. That stays there until the following day, where he makes the shop boy clean it up.
Hey, fuckface! I need you to clean something up.
All right. Now this goes all the way back down into the basement. There you'll notice I had another unrelated incident with 16 industrial-sized cans of tomato paste by the table saw.
Ah,
I also had unrelated tomato paste accident in the basement. And he's doing this song, and the guy's like, okay.
Like gallons or something, he says?
16 gallons of tomato paste. Yeah, no, it's crazy. And like, so the main character guy, I hate him.
I was going to say, I found the main character very unlikable.
Grits-eating motherfucker.
Yes.
But I don't know if that was a choice, because so many things were like, I'm like, that was a direct choice on how you did things here, and like little like let me show you this, an homage here, or whatever. Like, I love just the number of call-outs of like how things go directly in a horror movie, but would never in real life, and then they do it here. Like, there's a part where the girl says something like, oh, I don't care at all, unlikable main character. Tell me back at my house later.
I don't want to talk to you right now. Just stop by my parents' house later tonight. I don't really care.
And then it cuts right back, and they're like sitting on her bed.
Look, Jesse, just because you think you found Jennifer's purse doesn't mean that he...
You don't believe me, do you?
And I'm like, that is how every movie that has like the word, like, shitty writing is something that does that. We're in the middle of like some groundbreaking scene. We're like, how could you cheat on me? Ends, no discussion at all, picks back up. So what's our plan? And I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, she says something about, tell my parents and I later, or some weird thing, or like, yeah. No, that I would have picked up as like, I wouldn't have said reference, I would have said like, fourth wall break or something.
Like so many of those little eights.
It is a reference,
on
the
genre.
Right.
And there's more of those than you can like count. And it was a little treat, and it felt very Red Letter.
I have a dark secret, and then he has like, I have a dark secret too.
You don't have a dark secret he keeps threatening to tell everybody.
Oh, but I did, Jesse Camp.
So Mike is the co-worker. Mike's doing some... Mike's role in this movie is sort of interesting to me.
Okay.
Because he's the co-worker. So like, Jay's the roommate, Mike's the co-worker.
Yes.
And I'm like, okay. So they were like, we're not really actors. We're going to let these other people take over. Jay's role expands. It might have been the highlight of the whole movie for me.
Okay.
Which we'll get to in a minute. And Mike's role then expands where he becomes like one of the main characters almost.
Yeah.
Where they like draft him to be like...
Exactly.
During phase 2 of the movie.
Which is also a play off of like every bad horror movie ever. Just people, it's like, why are you even here? Like, are just suddenly like fully vested in like, I must risk my life and save.
Why
the
are you
fucking
friends all of a sudden?
Yeah, fantastic. It's like tea kettle. I came over for the tea kettle.
Yeah.
Suppose you heard what happened tonight at the hardware store?
No, I'm just here to get my tea kettle back.
Yeah. No, that stuff, because you can tell, because we go through the same thing, where it's like, so well, why are you here? Say you need to drop something off, or pick something up, or do something, or whatever.
Who are you?
So I love reading things that are just in the backgrounds of scenes. So at the party, when the wizard is going to fix the toilet, he has a sign that says, it's like the key to eternal life is Twinkies in my ass.
What?
Yeah.
No.
It's written on the wall.
That's amazing. Okay.
Yeah, my favorite part.
Okay. Yeah, so Josh, the wizard, whatever, right? It kind of is almost spoiling, because he had this mystique about him, and now I'm like, he's just a guy.
Wait, explain that more. What was the mystique?
It was weird that his name was credited differently, and he would show up every now and then, and other people, they would say, like, oh, these are our friends from Canada. Or,
it's our friends from Canada, Jim and Colin.
These are our whoever's. Even Jack would have those other, they did some streams, Rich Evans and Jack, about gaming or about video editing. There's always a lot of things happening. And then there'd just be a dude. And he like outlived all the other dudes that would come and go.
I really like him.
He's great.
Yeah, I think he always has.
And that's
has
why
funny
I was like, the wizard.
It was nice to see him.
And he's in this too. Phil or whatever, toilet fixin' Phil.
Yes.
Who goes, I guess these are my glasses.
Oh boy, I'm glad I found my glasses.
Oh my god! My glasses are in my fucking eyes!
And puts them on or whatever. Do you consider that to be like a tropey reference?
Hey, my glasses!
Oh yeah.
Someone's like,
oh no,
this must be my wig, and it's like a gremlin or something.
All kinds of dumb shit like that. Yeah, like I'd say you're hard pressed to throw a rock in this movie and not hit a reference. Yeah.
Not have the rock bounce between several references. Sure.
Yeah, on the TV in Jay's apartment, which I think is actually just Jay's apartment.
That'd be great.
I'm pretty sure. On top of the TV, there's an opened DVD box of Baby Stay Out.
We are here to set you. We are here to set you. We are here to set you.
Really?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Just sitting on the top.
They love
because that movie.
Was
She was gonna put it in episode 3 and she didn't. She lied to me. Instead I had to sit through this piece of fucking shit.
It's a classic.
Perfect. Yeah, I actually wonder 2010 where this fits into the timeline. Had they done the Star Wars thing yet? Like, what had they done? Like, what were they doing? I don't know.
My love is hot, your love is lovely. My love is hot, your love is lovely, and I love you.
It's interesting.
I'm not a. I never watched anything properly, I think, in order. So my timeline is certainly askew.
I knew about their Star Wars review and then forgot about it, and then some other YouTubers and podcasters brought it up because I think more Star Wars stuff was happening, and that rekindled my interest, and that's what spread it out into our group here.
Best of the Worst was like my gateway drug, ripping through like those and then changing to everything else. No, a super fun world. So if you haven't seen Red Letter Media in general, check out their YouTube. I don't know how we haven't said that already.
Well, we're trying to be cheeky about it.
Yes.
But they have a YouTube channel, apparently. It does pretty well, I think. We haven't talked as much about Jay, though.
So Jay's character, you said it was your favorite character?
There's like 3 writing, story, director, whatever, editor credits that kind of bounce around. It's what you would expect. It's Mike, Jay, and Rich, the core of Red Letter Media, so to speak. And Jay is in it, and he's the roommate.
Yes.
And there's this weird thing of like, I have a heart condition, and then he is passing out and doing stuff. So I was like, okay, so Jay will just be there, and some dumb stuff will happen. At one point in the movie, I think it's after the whole thing with like he's got stuff in the basement or whatever. He comes back. Jay has this line where he's like, "What's like you can't get it up?" And he's like, "No, it's about Mr. Plinkett." And he's like, "He can't get it up? Why do you know that?"
There's a problem.
You can't get it up?
My boss, Mr. Plinkett.
He can't get it up? Why do you know that?
And this weird, and that I started cracking up laughing.
That,
how did you know that?
To me, felt like the most Jay from Red Letter Media line in the movie.
How did you know that?
I liked Jay's off, like when he first mentioned it, I was like, I had a heart attack last week, and then like just lets it drop.
I just had a heart attack last week.
Then gets defibrillated later on in the movie.
Oh, fuck. Ow. Oh, my heart.
Which
he comes home, sees him like in the soup.
Yeah.
Hey, Martin.
He goes, "Oh shit!" And grabs
At one
him and all
point,
that
Jay's
stuff.
just on the couch masturbating.
Yep.
Oh, sorry I didn't call you. I had another heart attack.
He just sits down next to him like it's a thing to do.
He comes in later in the movie, and he's just going at it and all that stuff. It's like that's funny when they come in and surprise him, and he does like the Pratt falling and like knocks over the entire silverware tray.
Yeah, and clutches his heart.
Yeah, I was super into and laughing at Jay's whole thing. I was like, "This is
I'm a firm
highlight of the movie or whatever."
Firm believer in everything they're doing here.
Yeah, not that Mike was like a disappointment or Mr. Plinkett was like whatever, but like in terms of what I enjoyed about this, a lot of Jay. I'm like a Jay fan to begin with. And when I saw Jay was the roommate and like the first few scenes, I was like, okay, whatever. I guess you got to be in your own movie because you can't get enough actors. But as the movie developed, I ended up loving Jay's whole thing here more than anything else.
I do think, obviously looking back, I would love it if the main character was replaced with Jay.
With Jay?
I think that would have been better, like a little more likable.
I wonder what their plan or why or however they did that or whatever.
I don't know. Because I think it's like if you're making a movie, it's hard if you're in it, as we know, because we made a movie that I was in. It was difficult.
If you're so sure that I killed him, then how come you didn't tell the police?
Because Drake said something that made a lot of sense to me. I don't want to see you in jail. I want to see you dead.
It wasn't hard for me to have you in the movie. That was easy.
Yeah, but I can see why you don't want to be in the main role.
Yeah, you want to cast other people for the main roles, but Jay and Mike are in it so much that I was kind of like, well, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
So I talked about like the phases of the movie a little bit. There's one phase of like cleaning up the blood, what's in the basement, why won't you date me? He's so nice. Oh, I don't want you. All this dumb stuff's happening. They go to the basement. They see the ghoulies in the thing. It kills the boyfriend.
What are they called?
I don't know.
Something.
They're Globkins. Yeah, they are. Globkins, I think.
Globkins. They're also kept in the shoddiest box possible, which like, again, I have to think is on purpose, because that's seemingly in every movie. Like, the thing that, like, is it's going to kill the whole world is held by, like, plexiglass.
And how does he even, like, feed them if he has to pry open the box
How does he get to the basement? He's in a wheelchair.
In his wheelchair, yeah.
He said, at one point, he says, like, take Wednesday's, VHS tape from the security camera. I can't reach it. I'm in a wheelchair. How did it even get out of the VCR and get on the top of the shelf? It's not like a tape over thing.
Take Monday's tape out. I have to break it. And that scene goes on for so long, but that's their style. That's
their style.
They have that little where they're like running really...
Cheap Chinese crap.
All these cheap Chinese tapes, they just keep breaking on me.
For whatever he says.
I guess we'll never know. Okay.
Oh my god. These things are so fragile.
And it keeps hitting things. Fuck. There's a whole like aesthetic going on there. But they get away from the Globkins or whatever halfway through, and I'm like, what's going to happen now? And they concoct this whole scheme. That's where Mike gets drafted. That's where the J stuff ramps up. But they're like, no, the police are never going to believe us. We got to catch one. And they end up catching like all of them, something like that. That whole thing had me super smiling and laughing about.
Mike had a good line in this whole interaction where he's like, oh, I killed that guy and this one. They were both in the store today. Ah, you're right. They can track them by smell. Oh, I was just going to say we have less customers
to worry about.
Actually, that wasn't what I was saying. I was just like happy that there's going to be 2 less customers that come in from now on. I guess that's sort of mean, but that makes sense too.
We have to warn people.
But yeah, that makes sense too.
Makes sense too. Yeah.
But and again, that's another call where people will make an asinine like direct beeline to the right answer in movies constantly.
They kept saying like, wait a minute, and all that stuff. And Mike's like, we dated for 3 years. She gets eaten, and like just parts falling, and this hilarious.
Oh yeah, and how this thing that's like the size of a softball devours everything, just guts and skulls and bullshit are falling.
And like. Floats in the air and eats you basically and falls off or whatever.
Yeah. No, they are not the best looking puppets, but they have a certain charm to them.
No, and they structured it like this is an homage to these other movies, and it's supposed to be.
And like, they roll like you do in Critters.
They just throw them.
Yeah.
There's one scene where I guess whoever was throwing them missed, and one of them like bounces off. So they dub in like a whoa. Like a noise, a bit like, oh no, or whatever, like the way the Critters would have the little noises and all that stuff. I want to talk about sound design really quick.
Sure.
Because it was really good. Like the visual quality here, the pixels, really date you back to 2010.
Yeah.
But the use of like establishing shots before you see, just like they do on their YouTube channel. Yes. Like that plays and you see a suburban home and they are in a suburban home and that's like the establishing.
Yeah.
They use a lot of establishing shots, and when he's prying open the crate, when the monsters are doing stuff, whenever anyone's doing anything, someone is paying that attention to detail and like dubbing in and like making the noise and all those things throughout the whole movie.
I thought to an outsider that is not a fan of the genre, of their particular style, I think they would not have liked the musical choices, because like the music to me is
not the music, the sound.
No, but what I'm saying is like the music to me is like a warm bath where I'm like, oh yes, I love that kind of like that elevator schlock kind of music they play a lot. And I think if you were to watch that on the outside, you'd be like, what is this royalty-free music?
Why are we doing this? Yeah. No, like musically, I can't even comment. I wasn't paying attention to that. There's one part where it's funny because when they cut to Mike when Plinkett's like, oh, he wasn't important, I just let him go, and it's Mike like
where's Carl?
Who?
Oh yeah, he's dancing.
Yeah.
I was laughing at that.
I was like, okay.
I let him go.
Oh. No, he's not important to this. It's fine. I need your parts and your pheromones or whatever he says.
I was
your blood.
Really impressed at that whole scene when then like his wife comes back and I wasn't expecting it.
Behold, my dead wife!
Exactly.
It took me in a position. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
so these little like globkin things all conjoined with the power of
just phase 1. Phase 2 is this. Phase 3 is this. And he's bringing back his wife, and they show that same picture that they kept using.
Yeah, that's my dead wife, Beatrice.
They took the like carcass of this movie and harvested all the parts and used them in different ways for their entire YouTube career.
I'm wondering if that woman is someone they know, if she was just someone that came in the frame and it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Because it could be anything, and I'm sure there's a funny story about it.
I'm sure too.
But no, when it showed that person in like the not too great puffy prosthetic type thing.
Yeah, it'd be like potato sack
I was very impressed just because I was not expecting anything like that. And when that happened, and she's bursting she's bursting through the chicken wire.
Mr. Plinkett!
Oh, honey, your ball, and like rips his head off.
You want a hug?
Come on and give me a big ol' hug.
And I was like, oh no, Plinkett's dead.
Yeah, right? Oh no.
But he'll be like Kenny.
What's going to happen now? Yeah. They've already canonized the whole like death god.
Arc the volcano or whatever.
The whole deeper subtext of the Plinketto line there.
He doesn't have any family or anything?
He had a wife who died, and he had 3 sons, and they all killed themselves.
Oh, Jack comes back. He's going to like shoot himself, and they're like, wait! Untie us!
Untie us first!
Afraid I gotta finish what I started.
No, wait! Untie us first!
Oh, okay. And then he shoots himself off camera. It's not great, but whatever.
No, just good to have Jack in there in general.
It's awesome. I didn't think he ever did in front of the camera.
The little cameos,
yeah,
and not so little for some of them. Just something again where it makes you feel like you're watching this thing with friends because these are not like it's not like that's Michael J. Fox. And that's not like these are people that I respect in the same way though. Where I'm like I see them so many times and oh look who that is. It's a fun little treat for a viewer who knows the universe.
It's the ultimate version of like you like when someone gets work. Or like
yes.
I'll see a movie with this Casper Van Dien is your boy. You want to see him in his movie?
Besmirch Casper.
Just as an example, right? Someone that's like, cool. And this is like you said, more like even Friends, where you've seen hundreds of hours of them shoot the shit about movies or analyze an old thing or whatever. And now you're seeing like this is one of the things they created.
There's some sort of a deep connection you get while watching people talk about movies and like have similar opinions and share things.
This is getting very meta.
It is meta. But like you get this thing where like certain people, it's like vloggers type of shit, like that same type of thing where like you're seeing a person's personality. You're not seeing someone like, hey guys, today we're gonna be talking about blah blah blah.
Right.
Like it's a real thing. So you're getting someone's actual opinions on things.
Part of what I always liked about Red Letter Media is that's their vibe, that's their brand. They say, hello, we're here. Fuck, like they're totally not. They do the opposite of, hey everybody, and your number one source for movie news. Let's get right into it. They don't do like a dumb thing. They literally they like pretend to do it as a joke and they go, we're gonna play a fucking game, spin the wheel, fuck it, and they turn it and they go, let's watch this.
Okay, let's see, what do we got? Oh my god.
They just like,
or the epitome of that is like the nerd crew things where they're being that
and
jerk
that's
off
like
on the internet.
11 like where they're like, oh.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Nerd Crew.
Yeah, exactly. We like Red Letter Media a lot, I guess. I'm sorry. This is not going to be a big a big thing here. But
yeah. But back to the movie. So like in general, I really enjoyed it. I thought there were some elements that were really funny. I thought there were some surprises, some shocks. But I think ultimately what made me walk away going, this is really great, was the fact that I already liked the humor and style going into it, and all the deep cuts on the genre itself. I thought was just real fun.
Yeah. You know, it's definitely like a comedy, right? Mm-hmm. So comedy can be tough. I found there were some misses here and there. The very, very, very last overdubbed audio joke I thought was like,
what was that?
Where she's like, that's the wrong hole, that's the monster.
Oh, not that hole. That's the monster.
Oh yeah, and there's a squish sound or something.
Yeah, and there's a few things like that where I'm like, that's not great.
But the turning it, like from the I'm stone cold deny you.
I could never, ever be with you.
Till I'm having sex with you is every movie ever.
Well, and even to have her like lampshade and acknowledge it and be like, wait, you expect me to do this or whatever, and then like it comes around where he does save her and does. I like him walking all the way home. and then being like, okay, and like goes all the way
comes back with the defibrillator.
Yeah, and gets wife whoever, Helen. Whatever. I was confused at the part where she was like, where it's like, great, she's distracted, and like Christine keeps stopping him from shooting the monster.
Yeah.
Wait, she's buying groceries or like some of that felt like references where I was like, I think I kind of understand what they're trying to do, but it's not clicking or working or whatever.
Perfect, I can shoot it right.
No, wait! She's swiping her credit card. At the Neiman Marcus. She's buying stuff she doesn't need.
She's swiping her card.
Yeah. Like, that's supposed to be the thing where it's like, oh, they're still in there somewhere. There's a human or whatever. But it felt weird. I didn't like it as well.
All right, she's distracted.
No! She's meeting with an attorney to see how much money she's going to get in the divorce.
The miss I had, the one that like jumps out to me was just how long the like get a weapon and like her like trying to choose the weapon thing.
What do you want me to choose?
I don't care! Give me something quick!
There's so much selection.
I thought that was like, it could have been done a little bit better and played for more comedy, but like ultimately you know what they're going for, and like he
I know
solves
what they're
his own
going
problem
for.
and what have you.
I blocked that part out because that happens at a very unfortunate point in the movie.
Yeah.
Maybe that's part of the joke.
But
well, like
it's hard to say.
It really breaks up the pace and all that stuff, and does like a weird. I was like, oh no, what are we doing? Because you're just getting used to the idea of there being the monsters and what they do and how things work.
Yeah.
And we like grind it all to a halt to like do that little part
bit, yeah, for the fly swatter joke. So what do you think about the boyfriend? The Mr. Too
forgettable,
Good to Be True,
horrible person? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I remember Kyle. Remember we all went to high school together.
Oh gosh, that's right.
Yeah. There's some funny stuff in the beginning, mostly with her though, mostly with Christine about him, where she says something like, I met him at a frat party and it's changed my life forever.
I'm so glad we finally got together at that frat party. I may have been drunk, but it was the best day of my fucking life.
And like walks away. Yeah, so she delivers some line and then makes a face like, and then like walks out of the frame. And I was like, that's awesome.
When he showed up singing Jack's song with like the leather jacket and the greaseback hair,
Yeah.
I thought that was the boyfriend guy.
Okay,
and I was like, he's a tool. Oh, she loves tools. And then I was like, oh no, that's him.
Our love is hot. Your love is lovely. Our love is hot. Your love is lovely. And I love you.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. And that's just every like, oh, my needles, and my blah blah, my pills, and my this, condoms, or what the fuck else.
Oh, Jen, I'm so sorry.
Dropping things or whatever. I like that when the friend is like walking out and bumps into someone else, she drops everything again.
Yeah, and she looks at it like, should I pick it up? Yeah, I should probably get it.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
I love the idea that was just a customer walking into the business that wasn't related at all.
Yeah. There's some people credited where you're like, were you just in?
Did you just sign the release?
And there's like special thanks of like the locations in Milwaukee or whatever they filmed this whole thing. Anything memorable about the boyfriend for you? Is that what you were getting at?
No, well, he's on the box. He's the one that smashes like the door with a hammer. And like he gets to be on the box holding like the large sledgehammer. Yeah,
it's so stylized on the box. I thought the guy with the hammer was Mike for some reason.
No, Mike and Jay are not on the box, and I thought that's like a creative choice for me because I'm like, you know, they're the two most popular people in it, and they're not on the box.
Then they just wanted to be filmmakers.
No, but even then, like you'd think. Even if like you had never made a movie ever, it's kind of like the Kevin Smith thing. Like, well, if I'm going to spend this money and make this movie, I'm going to be in it. I can be silent. Like, you'd think that like, how many chances am I going to get to make this awesome comic style cover of a poster that I can hang on my wall forever? I would totally be in that thing.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah.
I don't like that choice. I feel like that's a bad choice.
Yeah, like you have a tiny Rich Evans on the top, like holding a gun in the cane.
Yeah, like to the side.
Yeah, surrounded by globkins. But yeah, predominantly featured is your like unlikable main character who like looks like a super beast holding his power drill.
Yes, unfortunate for this young man.
He's got to lay a hold of his girlfriend there.
He didn't do much else after this, I think. He's been in a few things, a little TV, a little movie stuff or whatever. But yeah, I think it suffers a lot from having him as the lead. I don't know if he's doing what he's supposed to do or not, but I was not enjoying it.
No, and again, I don't know if you would have swapped him out with somebody else, I would have liked it just because I like other people more than him, or if it would have changed it dramatically. But yeah, he was the low point for me. And it could simply just because like I know almost everybody else from something and I don't know him. And like, I'm wondering how much am I attacking him for that. I need someone who's never seen anything by Red Letter Media to watch it and tell me what they think
That's
about
true.
it.
I could be totally just biased.
I think it could be a bias.
I think Mike and Jay and everyone are kind of hamming it up and leaning into different things.
Yes.
And so is our main character. And I just happen to know the other people and like, oh,
Agreed.
He's doing that for a reason. That's not him trying to act. He's being funny. No, I also laugh too when they do like the, Mike's got the intense phone call. Run, go now. Okay, I'll meet you there. Okay, great. And he hangs up and goes, and he walks over and grabs the beer and all that stuff. I was laughing at that.
Go! I'll be right there!
There were certain things because those are reminiscent of stuff.
It feels
and all that stuff. Yeah,
the tone, like they definitely have been the same. They're true to who they are.
Exactly.
You're gonna have a heart attack.
No. This is a depressant. This is a stimulant. They negate each other. It's actually good for your heart.
There's clearly a pillow fight scene, just so you could have like a picture for the box.
Okay.
But it does have another one of my favorite lines where the girl's like, "Have some fun, you Republican."
Oh, have some fun, you Republican. Yeah, you idiot.
and that made me laugh.
Yeah.
Let's see. Another great line is at the very end when he just like defibrillator killed the mother, or the wife rather. And like she's exploding like blood at her, and she's like, why don't I move?
Oh, fuck my life. Why don't I move?
Yeah.
Because that's every movie ever.
Yep, I like that. There was for some reason, well, not for some reason, for an obvious reason, I've liked some of the Trey Parker, Matt Stone stuff.
Sure.
And Basketball, he's like drinking, he's like, this is fat liposuction out of Marlon Brando's ass. Why am I doing this? That's all salty and warm. And he like keeps like drinking it with like a straw and all that stuff.
Oh, it's all salty and warm. Oh, why would I do this? Oh, this guy ate a lot of pork.
So similar like tone or whatever. Should say in reference to the last thing, I thought it was really funny how they're like vacuuming afterwards and they're like, who would have thought us to make such a mess?
This is a really bad idea.
Who would have thought the feathers would get all over the place like this?
Because all those movies that have the pillow fights or like the fun, we're having fun with like paint or something, and it's like, fuck, I have to get this shit off me.
Yeah,
there's always this like untold aftermath.
We're gonna have sex on the table.
Yeah, and then you're like, it's
Those are my
broken. This is
papers.
also broken. Oh no.
I gotta be in court tomorrow.
There's coffee all over my papers. I'm a famous architect because I'm in a movie. We ruined everything. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's kind of all the things that I needed to touch on for this movie. I recommend it. I say see it. I say buy the DVD if you can ever find it.
You can't even find it!
If you can't, it's available on their website digitally. Check that shit out.
Yeah, plug for Red Letter Media's Patreon, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know, support them, because this is all them. I want to go watch other stuff by them. And check out some other things.
I would definitely check out the rest.
Because I'm interested to get more of a taste of, I wonder with certain people, with content creators, if it's like, can you, like making movies hard, and it's not hard because like you're not good, it's hard because you need to find enough other people that are good enough to all make it. And there's camera operators and key grips and like casting directors and all this shit. So at a certain point, even if you're super talented, it's hard to make movies of a certain type without that structure in place, when usually that just takes money, right? So like that's like the shortcut. Some people are able to do it without money, but it's like super hard.
It makes me very optimistic to see what they may do in the future, though, now that they have the money, they have the people, they have the time. Like, they could make a Kickstarter tomorrow and say, we're making this crazy whatever, and I think they'll hit that, that
I
goal.
wonder if Space Cop was supposed to be that, and then how did Space Cop turn out now? I want to see that, and then I want to hear what their plans are, because I feel like part of it might be like, I guess the movie thing isn't working, I guess we're stuck doing YouTube. Like, then they're just like
well, if that's the highest they get,
band.
I think they're doing fine for themselves.
We would love to have their YouTube,
sure.
But I don't know if that's where it seems like they have wanted to do this other movie thing, and that's where their heart is. And
I support it. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Let us know in the comments what you thought about it. Don't die in a fire, and we'll see you next time.
If you want to support the show, head over to cannibalvideo.com, pick up some merch.
And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button.
That's all right.
Yeah, that's something.
Whatever.
Fuck these motherfuckers.
Yo, hit it.
My love is hot, your love is lovely. My love is hot, your love is lovely, and I love you. Your love is cool, my love is lovely. Your love is cool, my love is lovely, and I love you.
Go fuck yourself, and you too. Good times. Fuck you.
Cannibal Video has everything you need. A wide array of VHS and DVDs. We ate the competition, now it's only